everybody on stream and everybody sitting in the living room. I am Charity Ellison, Double Diamond with It Works Global. Been doing this crazy wrap thing for almost a year now. It's actually getting close to our anniversary. The 30th will be 1 year. And to get started today, we're going to actually do a wrap on camera so everyone can see how to put one of these It Works wraps on. And would you like to introduce yourself, mister?
I am Justin Holden. I've also been doing this for about a year because we do this together. And we're going to watch her put a wrap on camera.
Yay! So we're just going to back the camera up a little bit here. So this is an It Works wrap. Comes in a package just like this. Yes, it actually unfolds. The first time I went to use one of these, I didn't realize it unfolded. And I stuck it on. I was much bigger at the time and said, I'm probably going to need 100 of these. And Justin said, you probably should unfold it. So we're going to unfold it today, and I'm actually going to have Athena here put a wrap on me. This is my sister-in-law, and show you guys how to put this crazy wrap thing on. How many people have actually wrapped here so far? Woo! Yeah? Have any of you guys wrapped yet? Haven't wrapped yet. And have you guys seen a wrap go on yet? And who's wrapped somebody so far? Oh, I love it. This is a new house. Sweet. So I'm going to have Athena go ahead and put this on so you guys can see how easy this is, and so that all of you at home can see how easy it is to put one of these on too. So let's just back this up here. We'll flaunt the hot mess that Florida left behind. Yay! Yay! Can we say Waffle House? Oh. I didn't know that those existed. That's a dangerous place, man. There's not enough fat fighters in the world for a Waffle House. Yes, that's good. We'll do pictures. Camera. Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, if you
Ready?
can lift up your shirt for me.
Okay. We'll tuck it up.
Perfect, and face me forward. We're going to do a front picture and a side picture. Okay, deep breath in, breathe out. Perfect, and the side. If you could move your arm a little bit. There we go. Perfect.
All right. So we always take pictures before we wrap, and the reason we do that is because otherwise you're going to get done and the person's going to say, well, it doesn't look any different to me. For the people that wrapped here, would you have believed that anything changed if you hadn't seen pictures?
No, I had to see the pictures.
Yeah, I had to see the pictures. So, Athena, you want to just tell everybody what you're doing?
All right, I'm just pulling it out of the package, and I'm going to unfold it.
Smells good. That is the smell of getting skinny.
Yes, it is. I love that smell. So, just unfolding.
And when you're putting these on people too, I like to make it a little interactive. Let them kind of smell, let them see, and you can see what side to apply to. You can see all the herbs and botanicals actually on the inside. It's pretty obvious. If you're having trouble getting the wrap open at the beginning too, you can kind of prep the person's skin a little bit with it, kind of wipe it around. It'll actually help the wrap to unfold a little bit.
All right, I'm going to put this on your skin. It's going to be really cold.
Okay.
It's going to feel very cold, so be prepared for that.
Okay.
Which is very refreshing when it's really warm out.
Yes.
As
Yes.
we found out in
There we
Florida.
go.
When we wrapped in North Carolina, it was like, oh, that feels so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
You're in
tuck
Washington,
that
though. It's
in.
always
Tuck
cold.
down. So you can see this is the Body Applicator applied. Pretty straightforward. And yes, this is something you can do at home. You don't have to have somebody apply it for you.
Yep. I apply my own.
It's just a fun treat.
All right. Now we're going to secure this in place. You
Nope,
can
let's do. Whoop. I gotta flaunt off that It Works name, baby.
Okay. That. So spin for me.
Okay.
Cool, I gotta get me one of those.
What? Okay, that's just...
Athena's.
Yes.
No, what?
Everyone needs an Athena.
Yeah.
And so that's it.
You could stand on the lazy Susan and just stand.
I like this. That's a good idea.
And this stuff here is called the Fab Wrap. It's a hypoallergenic cloth. You can use saran wrap. You can use just tight clothing or spandex. But the Fab Wrap is really great. It's really easy to use. Just don't do it too tight. If you do it too tight, it'll actually roll up on you. So keep it kind of loose, just kind of a natural. Just it's nice when somebody else can help you. Just spin around. You can apply it to yourself. I don't remember who it was at the green carpet we just went to. She did it right on stage in about 2 seconds. It was on really easy, really slick. So
Yep.
really easy to do.
And how many people had heard of this crazy wrap thing before the person that brought you here tonight? One.
I heard from you.
Heard it.
Before
Mm-hmm. So It Works has been around since 2001, but the wraps didn't really start to take off until about 2012. Does anybody know why? One guess? Yes.
We got into the Oscar gift baskets.
And if the
Oh.
stars are doing something, then it
There it
must
is.
work. When in fact, we all know that it does work. 9 out of 10 people see results with their first wrap immediately. There are some people that when you take a wrap off, immediately you see those results. I know you were one. I know you were one of them. How many other people got results with their first wrap? Okay. And how many people did it take 2 wraps? 2 wraps? 2? How many people did it take 3? Renee and I were 3. 4? 5? Huh. How convenient. They come in a box of 4. Look at that. We did that at conference, actually, in a group of about 10,000 distributors, and they had everyone stand up that got results in the first wrap. And I would say it was at least 90% of the audience. And then they said, how many people did it take? 2, and there was a few hundred. 3, I stood up with like 10 other people. 4, I think there was 3 people, maybe. And then how many people did it take? 5. 1 person stood up, and we're like, yeah, right. She didn't do the first one right. But 1 person out of 10,000, those are pretty good odds. So some people will be immediate results people. Some people will be progressive. So when I take my wrap off, I get immediate results now. And my body doesn't really change over the next 3 days. Athena, for instance, actually is what we call a progressive wrapper, meaning that when she takes her wrap off, there's not a whole lot of difference. But over the next 3 days, it begins to tone and tighten and firm up even more. So when you take a wrap off, remember that that's going to continue to do its job for 72 hours, which is pretty cool. And just remember that you're drinking lots of water. We want you to stay hydrated doing that. So as you guys saw tonight, you take it out, you put it on, and you see results in as little as 45 minutes. And I have a washed, dried wrap here. And I will use, who am I using today? How convenient. Athena. So this is a washed, dried wrap. And it's just made out of a soft, non-woven cloth. After I'm done with the demonstration, I'll actually pass it around for you guys to feel it and touch it. So this is obviously a dried one. There's no herbs or botanicals on it. But I want to show you guys where you can put these wraps, because these are not just for bellies. Has anyone here wrapped anything besides just their bellies?
No, I have.
I know Renee has. I've seen those booty cheeks wrapped. So let me show you some other places that you can use these wraps. So you have the ability to actually cut this into 6 different pieces. So you can wrap under the neck by simply cutting off the wings to get rid of any of the, double chin action, which I actually had, and this helped. Arms, really cool trick. If you cut the wrap in half lengthwise, so that it looks like that, you can actually apply it and spiral it around. Anybody know anybody that's got like the arm wobble, the arm jiggle? So that'll not only take care of the front, but it'll also take care of the underneath. You can take that same half, the other half of the wrap if you wanted to. You can apply from the arm down if anybody wants to like tone and tighten and firm up the arm. You can you can split it in half that way again and wrap under the breasts for a little lady lift. A lot less expensive than, $10,000 surgery. You can do the back. You can cut these puppies in half and do Renee's favorite, which is the booty cheek lift. Legs. Athena, you got a skirt on, so I'll just be careful with that. Oh, leggings. Hey. So that you can actually cut these in half that same way and wrap 1 half on one leg, 1 half on the other. You can, one of my favorite ways to wrap is I actually take a whole wrap and I apply all the way down. So that's going to not only help with that contour there and take care of what I refer to as my old muffin top, but it also is going to help with the contour of the side and the booty. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use these. I have a customer of mine that is a waitress. So she's on her feet for a large amount of time. She cuts hers into 6 pieces, and at the end of her shift, actually just applies it to the top of her feet. And she says that it really helps with her aches and pains. So everyone's going to be able to use these a little bit differently. They work for men. They work for women. This is not a gender-specific wrap. So we're all human beings. Let me pass this around here. These are actually my wrap results here on the stream that everyone's seeing. And I will show you in my phone here. I'll pass these around. So this kind of explains the importance of doing a before and after picture. When I wrapped this specific wrap, I actually didn't think it had done anything until we put the pictures together. And I was like, what? Are you serious? So not only did it help to tone and tighten and firm me up, but it also helped with my cellulite. And it really, really helped with my stretch marks. I don't know if anybody here has stretch marks. I had an 11-pound baby, so I was left with a hot mess, as I affectionately. Here. The results on the stream there are of my beautiful sister-in-law, Athena. She goes gaga for the face wraps. Do you want to say anything about the facial wraps?
They've changed my face, changed my life. Acne scarring reduced dramatically. Just they're really awesome, great for all kinds of things. The skin quality's
Majorly different.
Yeah.
And Justin here loves the face wraps too. They're brother and sister, so they kind of had that same skin. Prone to inflammation, redness, lines under the eyes. So the face wraps come just like this, and normally they have a bottom portion here, but I wanted to show everybody what we do with the face wraps for men, because a lot of men have facial hair, and when you go to put it on here, it doesn't stick to the bottom, and it makes you feel like a gladiator, so you can't go wrong with that. So for men, we just cut that bottom portion out. And then for ladies, you can leave
mustache part too.
you could cut out the mustache part if you wanted to as well. So then that way guys have the ability to use it and it's not consistently popping off. Same thing with the face wraps. You leave them on for about 45 minutes. Make sure you do before and after pictures. And the cool thing with the face wrap is that you can actually do a face wrap and a body wrap at the same time. So that's what Justin and I usually do. We usually pop a wrap on, pop a face wrap on. I'm really into The Sopranos right now. I've almost made it through the whole thing. I've never seen it before. So we're working on The Sopranos, and we usually just sit down for an hour, watch a little TV, and tone and tighten and firm up. So any questions so far? Anybody have any questions
So you
about
don't have to wrap with the green, that stuff.
No, you don't.
No, we usually, like, if we do a face one, though, we'll kind of put just one strand up above and below. Helps kind of keep it on. But it does stick pretty well. You just kind of have to pat it down every once in a while. It will try to just come up a little bit, especially if you do have any hair on your face. It will just kind of push it off. That's why we cut it, like, for me, cutting it off keeps it from falling off, basically, the better it sticks. So.
Yep. So the wraps, see results in as little as 45 minutes. And you guys feel free to follow along with me too in these booklets here.
I have one more question real quick.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
the
please do.
difference between the body wrap and the face wrap? It's different.
It's a different formulation. The face on your skin is a little bit of is different than the body. I like to think of the body as being a little bit more of an intense treatment, whereas as we know, the skin on our face is a little bit more sensitive. Yeah. So the wraps here, you can follow along. This is what they do. They tone, tighten, and firm in as little as 45 minutes. They reduce the appearance of cellulite. They give you fast and lasting results from a botanically based formula. And they're first to market, which means there's never ever been a wrap like this before. I know back in the day they used to do like the mummy wraps and the burrito wraps, and they'd actually sweat you out. You would leave smaller, but you would leave dehydrated. And with these wraps, we're actually going to want to keep you hydrated because this is doing something very differently. And it's available only through an independent It Works distributor. So that way you're getting the fresh goods, and you've got a distributor that can help you to wrap. So there's a couple different ways that you can purchase products with our company. So the first way is you can purchase a wrap off of a distributor for $25 with a coupon, just like some of you guys did tonight. Or you can purchase one or two off a distributor as well, just depending on, what you would like to get. You can also order online retail. And if you want to, there is some catalogs there behind you. If you want to just kind of pass those out, you guys can kind of follow along. You're going to see two different prices in the catalog. You're going to see a retail price and what's called a loyal customer price. And the loyal customer program is basically a wholesale program. So everyone has been to Costco, I'm assuming. Or for our East Coast distributors, Sam's Club, I think is what it's called. So normally to be able to get wholesale pricing through any company, you need to pay a membership fee. And we do have that option for you to pay a $50 membership fee up front, and then you're able to purchase at that loyal customer program pricing forever. Or we're going to sweeten the pot. And what we're going to do is we're just going to ask you to order one item for at least 3 months. So one item this month, one item the next month, and one item the month after that. After that. And it can be anything you want. It does not have to be the same thing. Let's say you wanted to get vitamins this month, defining gel next month, and wraps the month after that. You have complete control over your account. And if you agree to order at least one item for 3 months in a row, we'll go ahead and waive that $50 membership fee, and you don't have to pay that up front or pay it ever. You'll always get that loyal customer pricing. Go ahead.
So, if I was to pay the $50 today, I would get the loyal customer price. If I order for the first 3 months, I'm paying retail.
No, it's even better. Yeah, right away you become a loyal customer. So it's a neat way for you to be able to get that wholesale pricing. It's actually the pricing that us distributors pay, and you get it right off the bat. You also collect points towards free product. I have a customer of mine that's been with me for about 8 months now. She's collected some points. She's also gotten some additional points for being with me for so long. She actually just purchased our entire facial line for free.
That's awesome.
So that's major savings. It Works takes care of their customers like no other business I've ever seen.
And when she gets to a year of ordering, she's actually going to get $150 in free product.
Yeah, Carly got that.
Yeah, so that's a big one that's coming up for her, which she's very stoked about.
Is there a minimum order? Do you have to order?
No minimum order.
Just one item.
Yeah, just one item. Yeah, they try to make it in a way where it's just easy for everyone. The neat thing too is that you have complete control over your account. You have control over what days you want to receive items, and after those first 3 months, you actually get free shipping. So that sweetens the pot even more. And then let's say today you decided that you wanted to get some supplements and maybe wraps or whatnot. If you spend over $125, you automatically get free shipping. So a lot of times people will, purchase up to that $125 mark because then you're getting a product for free rather than paying for shipping.
Easily accessible tattoos. You can also put them on there. You'll be amazed at how much they brighten up your tattoos. Helps a lot with those too as well.
Cellulite. I know that I have a really great testimony from my son. He has really, really bad eczema and is always itchy. And this defining gel has just really, really helped him with his eczema. Psoriasis, we've heard a lot of stories of psoriasis. Achy pains, I mean, you name it, this stuff seems to really work for everyone. It's just designed, for moisture and for helping with cellulite, but it seems to do so much more than that. So that's the wrap pack. Now, normally as a retail customer, you can go ahead and pay that $115, or with the loyal customer program, we're going to go ahead and just charge you $69, and that's going to give you a savings of $46. So it's pretty significant. I don't ever try to discourage people from purchasing retail, but I'm a clearance shopper. I'm the girl that beelines to the back of the store that wants to get a good deal. So for me, the loyal customer program just makes sense. But it is a personal choice. So
these
go for it.
Come with the green wrap.
No,
So
the
it's
fab
not
wrap.
mandatory to use the.
No. Yeah, you can use. I have a friend of mine that has an ace bandage that she uses.
Okay.
I have another friend that just uses a tight tank
I see.
top.
You can use nothing.
You can use nothing. I'm one of those people that I get up and move around a lot. You can use saran wrap if you want. I just like the fab wrap because it's breathable, but it's not mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is important. Probably you don't have to, but it's wise because it sticks.
Well, and it depends. I mean, if you're up and about and you're moving around, I mean, we've been to restaurants and wrapped waitresses, so if they're gonna run around with a wrap on, it's gonna move around on them. So it's just a good way to keep it in place. Like if I'm laying in bed and I'm just watching a movie or something, well, you don't need to wrap up because you're not moving around. It'll just sit there. So.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that.
So that's the wrap pack. And again, I do want to stress that you're just getting a mini bottle of the defining gel. That is not the large tube. I've had a lot of people that are like, wait, where's that big bottle? I'm like, sample size. The next pack is what we have, which is called our skinny pack. This is probably one of the most popular packs. You're going to get that box of wraps. So you get 4 wraps in a box. You're going to get that large bottle of the defining gel. And you're going to get one of our best-selling items, which is called Fat Fighters. So who here likes cheeseburgers? Cake? Bacon, pudding, none of that stuff, right? So I am a bacon double cheeseburger, extra mayo kind of girl, freak. I am super addicted to cheeseburgers. So
Just because you can eat them.
because I can eat them now, yes. So we have something called Fat Fighters. And what Fat Fighters are, they are a carb inhibitor. They also absorb the oil in the food that you eat. They are made from a cactus, so it's completely natural. There's no chemicals or anything like that. And this specific cactus actually acts as a sponge. So what I'm going to do here is I've got a little bottle of oil. We're going to say that we went out with Charity and she had a bacon double cheeseburger. And I was like, come on, Renee, you got to try one of these even though I know you don't eat meat. So I've got just a little bit of oil in the cap here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. And you can take these fat fighters anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour after you eat. The thing I like about this is that you don't have to premeditate your sins. This isn't like, ooh, I think I'm going to go have a cheeseburger with Charity. It's
Let's
like,
go out and eat
let's
like
go
crap. I better take this now so that we
Right.
can go do that.
This is just something, we carry around, and if you are a distributor and you've got your fat fighters, you're always going to sound like you're just a bottle shaking around. So this is just 2 of our fat fighters crushed up here. You see I crushed a little of those up. And then I'm just going to pour those in there, and we are going to watch these crazy little things do their magic. So you can see it's already starting to kind of coagulate onto that and down. Thank you, Madrona, for that as well. So as you can see,
Audio for your visual.
as you can see, what that did is that globbed onto that oil. And the neat thing about this is you're never going to know you took these fat fighters. There's no sense of urgency to go to the bathroom. You are not going to use the restaurant and see that that's what it looks like. If you take that out, it actually just dissipates and it feels a lot like sand. I've been taking these fat fighters for almost a year now, and I have never known. I've taken them. They don't make me sick. They're not full of caffeine. They're not going to make you feel bad.
That's a fat fighter.
Apparently, that's a fat fighter right there.
They're also really, really good for just health in general. They have some really good superfoods in them that are great for your pancreas. Also just regular health in general. And I love them. I keep them in the car. We keep them here. Because you never know when you're going to go make a bad decision and eat something. You try to eat healthy as much as you can, but you don't always do that. So it's nice to just keep them somewhere. Once we eat, say, oh yeah, right, they're in the car. We can go out, grab them, take 2, and it can really help.
It's up to an hour after you eat.
Yeah, and up to an
Yeah.
hour. That's why, if you are at a restaurant, you left them in the car. You don't have to rush out to do it either. You finish, pay your check, and then when you get out of the car, you can
Or
take
you
them.
rush out because
You
you're
don't
really
want to wait an
scared about getting that
hour.
cheeseburger. You don't want
You
to
want to get to that
forget.
15-minute mark.
So the skinny pack, is that a big bottle of the...
That's the big bottle of defining gel. And as you can see, as a retail customer, that would run you $189, or you can become what's called that loyal customer pricing, and that's going to be $112. Now, it's so close to that $125 mark that I usually encourage people to toss on one of our other supplements, maybe something else that they wanted to try, because not only are they getting those fat fighters for around $8 in the pack, but they're also basically getting something for free because they're not paying for shipping. So that's the skinny pack. And then our last pack is called the It Pack. And I kind of refer to it as our instantaneous pack. So in this pack, you're going to get a box of wraps. You're going to get a box of face wraps. And I'll go ahead and pass this box of face wraps around here. You are also going to get that big bottle of defining gel. So not the sample size, but the large bottle. And then I'm just looking for my...
Oh, you got one. Very nice.
What do you got? Oh, perfect.
That's the sample size there, the defining gel.
Perfect. And those are great. I wish I would have had one
Great for
actually
travel.
when we went to the East Coast. I wound up having to get an empty bottle to put stuff in because I couldn't take the big bottle. So you're going to get that big bottle of the defining gel, and then you're also going to get something we call lip and eye. And has anyone used this yet? It's interesting. Before it came in this pack, I'd never really played around with it before. Justin has a funny lip and eye story, actually. Do you want to tell your lip and eye story?
Yeah, it works instantaneously on me. And I got out of the shower and I wanted to start using some of the face stuff because I have acne. But as a guy, I've never really been one to do much stuff about my face. But since I figured I've been in the business for 6 months, I had to start maybe trying some of this stuff. So I got out of the shower and I did the cleanser, I did the toner, I did some of the other great facial stuff, and then I grabbed the lip and eye. And I put some on my eyes and I put some around my lips. And right as I put on my lips, all of a sudden I got like the Cheshire Cat. I had these huge like smile lines right around my mouth. And it cracked me up so hard. I'm in the bathroom laughing, and I didn't hear Charity is just coming home. So she comes into the bathroom, I'm hunched over laughing in the bathroom, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. And I was just pointing to my mouth, smiling, and she didn't really understand what that meant. So then I pulled up the bottle, and I'm showing her. And so then she had tried it. Yeah.
So
really funny.
I went ahead and just put a little bit on everyone's finger here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just take your left eye, and we're just going to pat it around. And we don't want to rub, we just kind of want to pat because we don't want to disturb that sensitive skin. And you can go a little bit on the eyelid if you want to. Try to obviously not get it in your eyeball. But just kind of go around until it feels like it's kind of patted clean. And this stuff was a huge lifesaver for me when we went to the East Coast. With that 3-hour time difference, man, that was like, I'm trying to get up at 8, which was like 5 for us. So, of course, I'm waking up with bags under my eyes. I just used a little bit of this, and I swear you could not tell how truly tired I was. It's also really helped with my crow's feet on the corner. I was having an issue where I'd go to put my eyeliner on, I'd smile, and then I'd end up with 4 or 5 black lines. So once I started using, I know, it's wonderful. Once I started using this, I just really noticed how much younger my eyes looked. A waitress thought that my 18-year-old son was my date, so that was fun. I was like, boy, that lip and eye works. Of course, he was mortified, but so that's the lip and eye. And then you're also going to get one of our best-selling items in this line, and it's something called greens. And who here loves their greens? Yeah, this is probably, besides the wrap, I think our biggest selling item. So it comes in 2 different flavors. In this pack, you're going to get berry, but I'm going to go ahead and let everybody taste both flavors tonight.
Does it have any like fake sugar?
There's no, this one, the berry has a little bit of stevia in it. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a plant sweetener, but the orange does not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and open this up here.
And I just want to point out on that note, too, that this entire line, there's no sugar. So if anything is sweetened, it is with stevia, which is only a couple things. And it's all non-GMO, very healthy, organic, all this stuff is.
Yeah, this is definitely a health and wellness line, so no chemicals at all. So here is just a little bottle of water. You can put this in juice or put this in water. So the first one I'm going to mix up is the orange. You will find that some of you are going to like orange, some of you are going to like berry. So who do we have? Who are our orange people here? Orange? Lala! Orange. Who's berry? Oh, so we've got like about a split room. That's interesting. So this is the orange, and as you see, it mixes up its green. So what this is 30 over 38 superfoods. A lot of really, really important healing foods for your colon and your system. It's also over 8 servings of fruits and vegetables, particularly green leafy vegetables. And to put that in perspective, of how many that is, if you took an entire freezer and refrigerator full of green leafy vegetables, that's how much is in just one of these little tiny packets. And it's really interesting. It uses a cold dehydration method so that it breaks it down into what's called a proprietary blend. It's a fancy way of saying your body's able to absorb all of it. And because they use a cold method of dehydrating it down, it doesn't lose any of its nutrient value. Had anyone ever taken greens from a health food store before this? Really bad. Yeah, I brought some home because, I'm trying to eat better, and I brought them home, and I finally convinced him to try them, and the look on his face was like he had just been murdered. He was mortified.
We've done
He's
kale
like,
shakes that tasted better.
No. And I'm like, really? He's like, nope. I'm like, okay, we won't be having those again. So that's the neat thing with these greens is that they don't taste bad. If they taste funny to you at all today, it could be because what's called your pH is unbalanced. And basically that's just the meter inside of your body saying, hey, you're kind of acidic. Does anyone here drink coffee? Soda? Wine? Snickers? Anything under the sun you can imagine. Usually food in general, especially foods nowadays, puts your body into being what's called acidic. And had anyone ever heard of the pH scale before? Yes, exactly. Hair school, exactly. Same idea. So when your pH isn't balanced and you're living in an acidic state, what winds up happening is things like allergies, colds, flus, sickness, lupus, fibromyalgia, sleeplessness, menopause, acne, joint pain. I mean, you name it, it stems from poor colon health. I recently read a study that said that 95% of all illnesses now, they're finding stem from your colon being imbalanced. 95%. So that's a pretty significant amount. So what these greens help to do is they help to balance that. And if it does taste funny to you at the beginning, we have a lot of people that will put it in juice. Karen has an awesome recipe. What do you do with yours, Karen?
It is, I do berry, I do a little bit of pineapple juice, a little bit of almond milk, strawberries, frozen fruit, pineapple sometimes, and with the vanilla profit.
And our Profit is our meal replacement shake. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. Renee actually just had me taste hers. She had mixed the vanilla Profit, greens, chia seeds, frozen mango, strawberries, apples, and a little raw honey, and a little coconut milk. And it was absolutely fantastic. For anybody out there that's looking to maybe lose weight or build lean muscle mass, Kate, do you want to step a little closer to this so people can hear? Kate's a personal trainer. Come on up. The last time we did the stream, they said they were having a hard time hearing people on the couch. So can you give a little testimony as to what you think about the Profit?
I think it's awesome. And it's delicious, and it's
Builds lean muscle mass.
yeah.
No
well, I mean,
sugars.
it's just better than any of the other protein powders I've ever tried.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
chalkiness.
a lot of them are super cheap, and they also taste super cheap.
Yeah.
Too, and the quality of their protein is much superior, but your body better absorbs it.
Awesome. Yeah, we love that Profit. And like I said, it comes in chocolate or vanilla. I actually like both of them. I prefer the chocolate. I'm a chocolate girl. Do you like one better than the other?
I like them both, and I really don't care which one's put in front of me. But I prefer the vanilla if I could. It mixes better. You can kind of do more stuff with it. It seems like the chocolate is definitely kind of overpowers whatever you put into it. But it's delicious either way. I could care less which one's put in front of me.
And you can make pancakes, muffins, chocolate bars, cake pops. I mean, you name it. We had this weekend. We had some that were made with greens. Someone had made like cake poppy things with greens, so that's fun. Like, there's a lot of different things you can do.
So it doesn't change the compounds of it if you mix it with other stuff.
No, not at all. It's gonna stay totally whole. So yeah,
We've had some pancakes. Actually, the Profit pancakes are really good.
really good.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're
Or the
really good.
creamsicle with the orange and the vanilla.
The orange greens with the vanilla Profit mixed into a smoothie tastes like an orange creamsicle. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and we
really
actually
good.
and we have a recipes folder too on our Tone Tight and Firm page on Facebook. So just look that up, Tone Tight and Firm with Charity and Dustin on Facebook. We actually have it. If you go to our photo album, we have a recipes folder. So it's got a ton of good Profit recipes if anyone wants some recipes to use it with their Profit.
And so the Profit's not in the IT pack, but that IT pack would normally cost you $2.99 as a retail customer. As a loyal customer, it's going to run you $179, so it's going to save you $120. So it is a monster savings. And I don't usually go into all the products at a wrap party, or we'd be here forever. I just want to touch on a few things. Our hair, skin, and nails. Wow. This has absolutely, as a hairdresser, I did hair for 15 years. I have never seen anything be able to help people with balding, with hair growth. I know my personal testimony is all of the women, and I'll go ahead and pass these around. You can smell them too. They don't even smell bad. All the women in my family, we have a receding issue, and it's a triangle pattern right here. And I was having it really, really badly. And so I was actually wearing my hair longer than this, and I was kind of combing it over a little bit. I started taking this, and within about 4 weeks, I had those spots. Yep, that's what I had too. So I had those spots filled in, and if you look here, if anyone wants to get closer, I'll show you afterwards. I have millions of little baby hairs. My aunt does as well. So that was a true testimony for me to be able to see that. We have hundreds of pictures. Renee has had drastic results. Her husband who was balding, his hair is now filling in too. So I've never seen anything like this. This supplement's actually been on back order 4 times now, and it's only been out since January because it's just so popular. It also helps to strengthen nails. It helps to grow eyelashes. It helps with skin as well. So Athena, who's changing the baby right now, had really significant acne scarring from years of acne, and the facial line has really, really helped. But the second she started taking that hair, skin, and nails, she doesn't even wear makeup anymore. And this is a girl that, she's lived with us, and she used to get up in the morning before we got up so that she could put face makeup on because she was so self-conscious of us seeing her without makeup. Justin has had really bad back knee for quite a while now, and he's been taking it for about 3 weeks now, and it's almost completely gone, which is amazing because, again, it's one of his self-conscious things. So it's not going to make you turn into a hairy Sasquatch. This is not going to make you grow hair where it's not supposed to grow. I like to think of it, and the same can't usually fly on airplanes. I usually have to take Valium to be able to get on an airplane, and I was able to fly all around recently, and we were totally fine. Anybody have issues with sleeping? New You, there's a product called New You, which has really helped me with sleep at night. I actually only take one. I used to take 3, but I only take 1. And there's a bunch of other really great stuff in the line. If anyone has any questions afterwards, please feel free to ask us. I don't want to go into everything. We'd be here, forever,
I just have a quick
never.
question about
Yeah.
the ingredients.
Yes.
Can you find what the ingredients are?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If you go onto her website and you click on View Ingredients within any product, you can see everything that's in there. It Works doesn't hide anything.
Okay.
They're very good about letting you know that everything's going to be natural, organic. They actually grow about 80% of their own ingredients. And again, I like to state too that it is non-GMO and it is also paraben-free. So lots of time and love and care. You guys, who goes to a supplement store usually? Like Sunny Farms, Country Air, used to. You go there and you stand in the aisle and there's 50,000 choices and you're paying a retail price. When we first started, I brought out all of my vitamins that I was taking and put them on the table. And I think everybody was like, "Are you kidding me?" I had spent thousands of dollars on these supplements and they really weren't working, or they weren't working together. The neat thing with It Works is that we have our own holistic healer and doctor on staff. And so they have managed to figure out a way where all of these items, you could actually take every single thing in this line and never get too much of any ingredient, which is pretty amazing stuff. So, yeah? How's everybody's wraps feeling? Everybody drinking water? I need to be drinking my water here. How's your wraps feeling? Cold. Cold? I'm actually warm today. I'm usually cold, but I'm warm today. That's interesting.
So you can kind of feel it working, I noticed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It
Yeah.
feels like kind of slip-slidey, like, undo a little Florida damage. So if it's okay with everybody, what I'd like to do is just take a couple minutes and talk a little bit about the business side of this so that anybody that is interested in becoming a distributor or maybe just starting distributing and want to, learn a little bit more. So what we call distributing in this company is we call it joining the party. And the reason we call it that is because it is fun. This is a fun business. We get to do things like this. We just got back from a huge road trip. We got to do parties in North Carolina and Florida and just kind of travel around. Traveling obviously is not mandatory. You don't have to do that. We just did it for fun. You join the party. You get a business builder kit. It's pretty simple. Most of you that that are here tonight some of you are distributors, so you know what you did. You get a beautiful box, and actually, if you want to sign up, hold up that box there. Fun, friendship, and freedom, which is what this is all about. So in that box, you're going to get a green binder that's going to have a bunch of different marketing materials. You're also going to get a website for people to order through so that they can purchase items. The neat thing about It Works is that you don't actually get the items sent to you and then you have to send them out. They get shipped to your customers. So we have customers in Australia, Spain, Canada, everywhere from Florida, Ireland. We have people that receive these items all over, and I don't have to actually purchase them and send them to them. They purchase them through my website, and it automatically gets shipped to them. So it kind of takes the footwork out for you. With that kit, you're also going to get a box of wraps. So does everyone remember how many wraps are in a box? 4 wraps. And wraps typically sell for $25, correct? That's what they would, cost tonight. So if you've got 4 wraps and you sold them for $25 a piece, that would make you
$100.
How convenient. That is the price of the kit. So they give you a way so that you can make that money back immediately. I know Kate was so excited. She's like, I found a spare box of wraps and got more wraps in the mail. We were always like switching and swapping and trading wraps and trying to figure out who's got wraps. And so with that, you're also going to set up what's called your 80 BB auto ship. And that's basically a fancy way of saying, hey, will you buy a couple boxes of wraps every month, sell them, make some money, and get some customers? We're actually asking our customers to get at least one item, so we want you to be able to get some stuff too. Plus, you got to have wraps to put on people because everyone wants to make money.
It's hard
right?
to sell wraps when you don't have wraps.
It's very tough to do that. I've tried. It doesn't really work. And also, when you sign up, you have a chance to do what's called boosting. So there's a mini booster that you can get and a party booster. The party booster is going to give you 4 boxes of wraps plus a box of face wraps. So that's $500 you're going to make off of that. You're also going to get a large bottle of the defining gel, fat fighters, lip and eye, and the berry greens on the go. And that's only going to cost you an additional $349. You're going to make $500 minimum off of that just from selling those wraps. And that party booster is available actually at any time. Sometimes we'll even put that on for our auto ships because we try to sell as many wraps as we can. You also can get what's called our mini booster pack. And the mini booster pack is going to give you 2 boxes of wraps, a box of face wraps, a miniature tub of the orange greens, a large bottle of defining gel, and a bottle of fat fighters. And that mini booster, I do want to point out, is only available at sign up, and that is only an additional $149. It is probably the best deal you're ever going to get in this company, besides, of course, wrapping for free, which is always nice. So, wrapping for free. Who wants to wrap for free? Who likes to wrap for free?
I want to wrap for free.
No, I want to wrap for $1 million. Wrapping for free. So it sets up a way for you to, come on and make yourself comfy. It sets up a way for you to not only be able to make some money, but to use some of the products, especially the wraps, for free. So every time you find 2 people that want to purchase an item, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be wraps. Let's say that Laura here decided that she wanted to be a loyal customer, and Athena decided that she wanted to be a loyal customer. I'm going to be able to get a box of wraps for $25. So every time you get 2 loyal customers, you get a box of wraps for $25. If you sell that box for $100, you're making $75 in profit. Does that make sense?
It's a way to double your profit with selling wraps.
Do you guys have any luck selling just one wrap?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Really?
I have sold I've sold more wraps than I could ever even keep track of. We just went up the coast selling wraps.
Yep.
I left with 28 wraps, and I think we came back with 8.
I think we sold, outside of just one time we went out to eat, we sold a wrap to every waiter or waitress.
You just bring it up in conversation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I'm like, hey, we have our lanyards.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
What's your
This is what it does. It's $25. Do you want to try one? And they say, okay, sure. You wrap them right there. Yeah, actually, before we got started, I just saw Courtney Bowles. Hi, Courtney, if you're watching. Just wrapped a woman in the Walmart parking lot. So, yep. So every time you get 2 customers, you get a box for $25. And after you get 4 customers, and if you can do that in your first 30 days, you're actually going to get 2 boxes for free. So that's $200 in profit. So that's a pretty cool way for you to be able to get some, some free wraps and be able to wrap for free.
It's the company's way of, giving you a little something extra for working hard, for getting those people in your first 30 days. A lot of people, especially with such a small investment into this company, it's only $99. I know, starting up the salon costs thousands of dollars for us. Starting up pretty much any business that you're going to do. I wanted to do another website company. I had to get a computer. I had to get advertising. So we're talking thousands of dollars just to start up that company. So when you can start a business like this for $99, sometimes because the cost is so little and your investment doesn't seem like much, it's so easy to get that kit and just stick it in the closet and think that, oh, well, it was only $100. I don't need to do anything. So It Works wants to make sure that you get out there and that you talk to people and that you sell a few wraps and that you get some customers. And if you can do that in your first 30 days, they're going to give you some extra rewards for doing so. And then once that ball starts rolling, you find out just how easy it is to kind of get along and carry that momentum. A lot of success is momentum-based. So once you get a few customers, then you can just keep getting more and more. And if you run on that train, you can be very successful in this business.
Absolutely. I know Camille, one of our new distributors, hi Camille if you're watching, we went down and did some training in North Carolina this last week, and at first she was so scared to talk to people about this, and then we were down at the beach. She's like, I'm just going to go ask these 2 girls. Walked up to 2 girls and said, I have these wraps that tone and tighten and firm. Do you want to try them? And they said, sure. They bought 2 wraps. She wrapped them both. They're both signing up to be distributors. And she says to us, well, that wasn't that hard. Why didn't I just do this before? I said, exactly. But when I got my kit, in all honesty, it did sit for 2 weeks. I was just so scared to talk to people. And when I finally just said, hey, do you want to try this? People said, okay. And I was like, whoa, weird. I had to actually ask someone. I didn't have a sign across my head that said, hey, do you want to wrap? I actually just had to
Words had to come
say
out.
it. Right.
Yeah.
So get those first 4 customers, get them as quick as you can, and then organically distributors are going to come to you in a couple different ways. I had my thing up on Facebook, and Renee was actually my very first distributor, and she called me up and said, I don't know what you're doing, but if you like it, I want in because you don't like anything. So I was like, compliment? I'm not sure, but she jumped on board, and then Laura was my very first retail customer.
Bought the first box of wraps.
She came over and bought the very first box of wraps from me, and we were sitting on that couch, and I was like so nervous, my hand's shaking. I'm like, here's your wraps, and you called me what?
2 days later.
2 days later and said, okay, I want to sell these.
Yep.
You got to be kidding me. I can't believe they do them.
Yeah.
Do this. And then after that, Athena came into the salon to show off her dog. And I said, I need $99 from you, sister, because I'm about to rock your world and change your life. And she said, okay, I just wanted to show you my dog. So I got Renee, and I got Laura, and I got Athena. And I did this in my first 60 days. They each got a couple customers. I made a couple extra bonuses, and the company's going to guarantee you that if you can get 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors that each get a couple customers, that the company's going to guarantee you that you're going to make $500. This does not include what we call wrap cash, meaning selling those wraps and getting $25. I can attest to the fact that this is actually true. We made more than $500 in our first 60 days. And it really does. They will pay you the difference if you don't.
And
To this day,
you sit here and you think 60 days. There's just no. Heck, I think I did
60
mine
days is a
in
long
2
time.
weeks.
Yeah, 60
Yeah.
days is a
And
long time.
I was just
2
like
weeks at the
telling
most.
people about it, putting it on Facebook, and just opening my mouth.
Renee was getting customers faster than me, so that was a bit embarrassing.
And I know
But
for
that's
us
okay.
too. And I know for us when we started, nobody else really had been doing it out here. So we were kind of nervous, treading the waters. There was no one, local to help support us yet. So that box of wraps sat there for 2 weeks for us. We were too timid to really go out in those first 2 weeks. I think we spent 3 to 4 hours every night coming home from the salon researching all the ingredients.
We've got to know what the ingredients do.
I think I have a
No.
whole section of reports
No.
in Google Documents. You can probably still find them if you're
Yeah.
logged in there, if you know how to do that. Because that was another thing we used to do. So, those first 2 weeks, we just overwhelmed ourselves trying to do research, and finally we just said, hey, let's just get out there and sell them. The second we did it, people just took off. And it was very simple once we actually got out of our own ways. That was.
And I love the fact that a few people have actually started to hear about this, because when we were first trying to sell these, people were like, no. And now we were just at Sunny Farms, and the girl's like, oh, I kind of heard something about those. Sure,
been
I'd
wanting
love
to
to try
try
one.
one.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier now, because before people were like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good. You're not putting that on me. It was so much harder. So, annual income. Who wants to know what else you can make in this company besides just some wrap cash? Yes. I want to know. So you're going to start it as a distributor. Let's say you get a couple customers. You're going to make an average of about $71 a month, or about $752 extra dollars a year. Now, again, I do want to point out that these figures do not include wrap cash. This is literally just commissions and some bonuses. So you know what? You get your kit. Maybe you get a couple customers. Maybe that's it. You don't do anything else that year. Your customers continue to order. You're going to make about an extra $752 for the year. Not too bad, right? It's a little extra money. But then
You don't even have to claim that. That's
Right.
Yeah, that's under the
Miss
claim
Renee
limit there.
and Miss Law join your team, and you become what's called an executive. And an executive's going to make an extra, a little bit over $3,000 extra for the year. Not bad, right?
Part-time job.
That's some extra money. Plus, you're making some wrap cash as well. So don't forget about that. Then you move up to your next level, which is called Ruby, which is where Lola is. And a Ruby is going to make an extra of about $5,600 a year. It's still some extra money, right? I mean,
Nothing to sneeze at.
that's a car. So, right? Not too shabby. Plus, of course, that wrap cash. Then the next level is what's called Emerald, and Miss Nene is very close to that. Emerald's average income for the year is going to be about $10,000 extra a year.
Right?
Right. Right. Karen, $10,000 extra a year. What do you do?
Go to Disneyland.
Of course you do. She's a Disneyland freak. For a lot of people, that's paying off a car. That's taking care of student loans. That's a part-time job. That's a part-time job for a mom.
That's what she pays
That's
for
pays-
daycare. Wow.
That's wow.
Yeah, and I have to start paying for preschool on top of that next year.
Wow. So there you go. Preschool, daycare paid for. Moving up from that is what we call our first level of leadership, and that's what's called Diamond level. That's where Justin is and where Athena is. And there's only a couple days left in the month to sign up to distribute if you want to actually go for what's called the good bonus. It stands for get out of debt. And what that means is if you can get to this diamond level by the end of July, the company is going to actually give you a $10,000 bonus. I got that last year. Justin got that this year. Athena got that this year. My cousin Emily got that. There is plenty of people have gotten it. It's hard work. You got to kick booty.
You can't sit
but
on your
it's
butt
there.
and get it.
Right, you can't put the kid and put it in the closet. You gotta work your business. But the average income for a diamond, and I do want to point out that I am a high school dropout. I was a mom at 17. I have dyslexia and all sorts of other fun things wrong with me. I make up my own words, and I was able to do this. This is not something that you need to be a professor or college graduate. Please do not go home and research ingredients. You are not a scientist. Neither was I, but I tried.
Yeah. I graduated high school, but I think that's just because nobody wanted me there anymore. So they just said, go here. We'll make that put a D instead of an F in front of that just so you can get out of here. So, I didn't go to college either. I was a logger for 4 years, carpenter, landscaper. I've done every job under the sun, but never anything like sales or really even good customer service. Other than my last job, I did heating and air conditioning for 2.5 years before we got into this. This is actually what retired me. Now that I'm a diamond, I make almost as much. Actually, I make more now than I did as a heating and air conditioning specialist. I was licensed. I spent 2.5 years apprenticing. I have over 5,000 hours of experience in that job, and I make more now. And it only took us about 7 months to get to where I needed to be to actually make more than that job. So it's a very good career. It's very doable. We spend quite a bit of time doing it. It's afforded us the ability to, once Charity got to double diamond and I got to diamond, actually we sold our salon. So we have 2 days left. No more salon. No more heating and air conditioning. It's all gone. So now we do this full time. Like we said, we just went to Florida and North Carolina to go meet with team members and go to an event, and that's fun. We talk to people. That's all this job is. We go and we talk to people and we sell wraps, and people get excited about the products because they work. They really do change lives. They really do change bodies. So people want to get them, and then people want to get them cheaper. So we sign them up as loyal customers, or people see the opportunity, they want to help distribute with us and join this crazy family that we have. Because this is a family of fun right here. We have a whole room of people who are excited to be changing their lives too, and that's what's so exciting about
You
this.
be in the parade with us. We're going to be in the irrigation.
Yeah.
So kind of going up from there, you guys can all look at that average income. Double diamond, which is where I'm sitting right now, is about $54,000 a year.
Jeez.
That's definitely more money than I ever made doing hair. That is for sure. And I do want to point out, I've only been doing this not even quite a year. It won't be a year until the 30th of April is actually which is the very last day I ever do hair, which is ironic.
So how many, what are they called, LCs?
Loyal customers?
How many loyal customers do you have in order to get to that?
I personally have 9,
Okay.
but all my team members have have loyal customers, and they have distributors. They got distributors. They got distributors. And the best way I can explain it is think of planting a seed in the ground. And first the trunk builds, and you are the trunk, and you do all of the work. And then you start to sprout some branches. And those branches begin to sprout branches, and so on and so forth. And now we're to the point that we've been doing this for long enough where our distributors are getting people. And I look in our e-suite or our back-end website where it keeps track of all of your customers and stuff. I don't know most of the team members that are in there now. They're living in places. We've got distributors in Australia and Nova Scotia, Spain. So they're not people that I personally know. And going up from that triple, you guys can see this is actually where I will be sitting soon, probably within the next few weeks. And that's an average income of about $104,000 a year. If you would have ever told me, literally, when I first started this business, I remember my cousin Emily saying to me, "This will retire you." And I laughed so hard. I was like, you have lost your mind first if you think I'm selling anything.
Yeah.
Second, I'm not going into your little creepy, weird pyramid scheme or whatever this thing is you're trying to do. And thirdly, I don't have time. I'm just too busy. And she said, please give this a try. So she hounded me and she hounded me and hounded me. And finally I caved. And man, am I glad I did, because $99 absolutely changed everything for us. And this chart goes up. These are real people. We know our presidential diamond Crystal LaCrone averages $193,000 a year. She's been doing this for about 2.5 years. Our ambassador diamonds, Joel and Stephanie Dunn, I know that they make over $1 million each a year now. They've been doing it for about 3.5 years. The neat thing with It Works is that you look at other companies that distribute. You look at makeup companies or pans or anything else, and they have a lot of distributors. I know that some of the makeup companies have like over 7 million distributors. It's a lot of people. It Works currently right now has 65,000 distributors they pay out in the world, globally. So when you think of the globe, 65,000 people, that's not much. So it's still an opportunity.
I think the population is somewhere around 7 billion at this point. So that's a pretty low percentage. There's more millionaires in the United States than there are that percentage-wise. So, it's pretty crazy. The opportunity right now for It Works is huge. What all the leaders and owners and everyone keeps saying right now is this is our time. This company's been around for a little over 10 years. So it's not 50 years, it's not 60 years where everyone, it's not like our parents grew up with It Works and we're, growing into it now. This is something that's been around long enough to where you can tell it's a real company and we have real products. We were, just a couple years ago, we were a $20 million company. The year after that, we were a $200 million a year company. Last year, we were a $400 million a year company. And this year, we're shooting to be a $1 billion brand. So that is really fast growth. That's not something you see with companies very often. We actually have a little brag book that the company just came out with just the other day. And it kind of highlights some of the things that we're in tons of magazines across the globe for our products and our opportunity. We are an INC top 500 company. This is not just some, little mom and pop brand. And it's also not something, that's shady. It's a very good company. It's a privately owned company. It comes from our owners. He was a high school basketball coach, and his wife, she stayed at home with the kids, and I think she did work too. I just don't remember what it was, but they're good, wholesome people. They want people to get out of debt and to change their lives too, because that's what they did. They just started network marketing, years ago, just to get an extra $500 a month. They ended up becoming top leaders in their company, and then they started this one to share that experience, because this industry, when you really get into it, you start seeing that there's kind of been like this cloud over it, that there's huge misconceptions. But when you really get into it and you really start learning more about it and you start getting away from, some things that people would lead you to believe, it's a really huge opportunity for people like us, for just people. If we all work together, we're all better together. We don't compete with each other, we complete each other. And if we do that, it's amazing how well we can all succeed. Pam Satter also, one of her videos, puts out this great point. If you were to put an hour a day into your business, and you did that for a while, and you got some friends, to help join you in this, And then that friend signs up and she puts in an hour a day. Now you're doing 2 hours a day by working an hour. And then you get another friend to join, and now it's 3 hours a day, but you're really only working an hour. And the longer that goes, it just takes time. You build up that momentum. Soon you've got 100 friends. You're working 100 hours a day. You can't do that in a normal job. So by doing it this way, it's amazing how much you can accomplish, how fast you can grow, and it changes you as a person. I know I'm a much better person. I'm a much more honest person now than I was before I started this. You know, it's dealing with people. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about people too. It's a very growing, changing experience. And we're a lot healthier. I have a lot more energy. I couldn't have worked this hard before without greens. So
That's true.
So I'll take those greens every day with or without it. So
How's the company on return policy? Are they pretty good? Customers unhappy? Or?
Yeah, they can return. There's a little, I think it's a 5% restocking fee for unopened things. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I haven't ever had anybody return anything.
Never had a customer.
I've been doing this
in
for
an
almost
entire
a year.
Never had a customer return.
I've never had anyone return anything. So, because I'm not just looking to just sign them up to get something. I'm listening. You know, what's going on with your body? What do you think you need? Try this.
And
Happy
what's the
people.
supplements you've been happy with, or
All of them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Literally all of them.
I have replaced everything I took before with this. The skincare line, which we didn't really go into much, but I've replaced all my skincare products. It's really been really interesting too. Like from a male's perspective, we've actually started selling more of the facial line to guys than any other facial line on the market, which is pretty impressive because it doesn't smell girly. It lasts. It's whole. It's good.
And it works fast. Very fast.
Yeah. But you know what? Distributing's not for everybody, and I like to make sure that everyone knows that they have a choice. So as a loyal customer, you're going to get wholesale pricing, a personal portal to manage your orders, free shipping, and free product with perk points, or you can choose to join the party, become a member of our team, be a distributor, get wholesale pricing, a personal portal to manage your business, earn cash, bonuses, fun, friendship, and freedom. And I do also want to point out that you can always start as a customer and turn into a distributor. There's no penalty. We've had people that have signed up, I think, what was the record? I think Devin Newman might be the record. Like 2 hours, I think she was a loyal customer. And then called back and was like, never mind. You know, she called her distributor and said, I want to sell it. I don't want to be a customer. And there's no fee. You don't need to complete that 3 months to do that. So
a distributor or a loyal customer, is it an auto ship?
Yeah, you're going to get the same thing every month unless you change it. The neat thing that It Works does, which is a little different than other companies, is they give you the freedom to choose your dates. And after that 3-month commitment as a loyal customer, if you choose to stop your auto ship for a little while, you can stop it. When you come back, you're always going to get that loyal customer pricing. Yep. Any other questions?
So as long as you get online and change your order.
Yep, or call your distributor, or call the
your
distributor that signed
distributor.
you up too. We always help out.
Yeah, that's the thing, because then you always end up with a million of one.
Well,
item
and
you
you'll get an email as well before your order's going to be shipped out and say, hey, you know, you're getting the defining gel again. Are you cool with getting that? It's really, really, really easy to go in and change it. I love the new software program. It's amazing. And then you just get together with whatever distributor signed you up and say, you know, hey, I'm having a hard time changing this, or I need help. And they'll help you out. Yeah.
I think
Cool.
that's about it.
All right, you guys. Well, as we say in the company,
That's a
That's a
wrap.
wrap. thanks, you guys. You're awesome. And thanks for everybody on stream. Justin, you want to finish up?
Yeah, if a distributor led you to this live streaming today and you're interested in becoming a customer or distributor, please contact the distributor. They can give you information on how to get signed up through them so you can join either their team or get products from them. If you're here because we invited you and you'd like to join up with us, head on over to www.tonetightandfirm.com. You can click on Join to become a distributor or click on Shop to check out our products. On your way out, if you want to become a loyal customer, once you hit checkout, just click on the Join the Loyal Customer program. You can also give us a call if you want to talk to us personally, 360-809-0550, or you can call me, 360-582-6215. You can email us, charityellison13@yahoo.com, charity@tonetightenfirm.com. We got a lot of emails. We got a lot of stuff.
Find us on Facebook.
The best thing to do is to find us on Facebook, though. Again, just go to Facebook, search for Charity, Tone Tighten Firm with Charity and Justin. You can get a hold of us there, and we can link it to our personal sites that way, too. If you're on YouTube right now, that's youtube.com/ToneTightAndFirm, Twitter Tone Tight Firm, Instagram Tone Tight Firm, pretty much Tone Tight
Just type in
Firm.
Tone Tighten
We're
Firm.
everywhere, we're nowhere, and we're all over the place. So
It's
come
true.
check us out, give us a like, and we'll be doing this again next Tuesday at 6:30.
Tuesday 6:30. Tuesday
Tuesday
6:30.
6:30.
I think
The
Tuesday 6:30.
6th?
Sure.
I think it's the 6th.